Hello everybody, today I'd like to talk about NFC Forum technology, in particular about NFC Forum Release 15, which is the latest release of NFC Forum technology, and its related certification release, CR15, which is used to certify compliant products then in the future. It is important to understand what CR15 is about. Maybe it's not the technical features which are most interesting of NFC Forum CR15, but it's important to understand the use cases which are supported, the industries which are driving this, and the number of relationships and connected topics to CR15, which is very interesting to understand. So what is CR15 about? CR15 is about extending the operating volume of NFC compliant products, which was in the past just 5 millimeters, and it's now extended to 20 millimeters. Means CR15 or Release 15 compliant products will allow to place a smartphone or NFC tag in relationship to the NFC reader a little bit more far away, and to have a little bit more flexibility how to position your phone, your NFC card in relationship to the reader. And it still will work. So it means it is less tricky, it becomes less tricky to find a position of the phone, of your NFC card, of the tag, in which it can be used in relationship to the NFC reader in a proper way. And you see the drawings of the NFC Forum specifications, which show the previous volume, which is pretty small, and the extended operating volume on the right-hand side, which is much larger than it was before. So what is the main driver of this enhancement of the operating volume in the latest release 15? Interestingly, it's the automotive industry who's driving this, and the major use case behind the automotive industry and this larger operating volume is the digital key for a car, where you use your smartphone, for example, to open the door and to start the engine of a car. So why is NFC relevant for the automotive digital key? The digital key is standardized and specified by an industry body called the Car Connectivity Consortium. So that is the consortium where all the companies of the automotive industry come together to specify and to standardize the digital key. And this digital key is using NFC as one of the radio technologies for the digital key. And it's essential to build the digital key according to the CCC specification. You can see this on the website where this technology is explained in more detail. You can download white papers and other documents from there. And also Comprion is member of the CCC consortium, and we have therefore quite a lot of insights into this, and Comprion is delivering the interoperability test solutions for the CCC. So why is this so critical for the automotive industry and the digital key of the Car Connectivity Consortium? It's all about a good user experience. And you can imagine that this is an important aspect. If you sell a car for 50,000 euros or maybe even more, it is important that the customer experience is a good one and that there's no disappointment. And customer experience in relationship to the digital key means, let's have a look at this door handle here. You can place your phone to open the door with some flexibility. It's not that you only need to place it at exactly one position and it will work, but you have a little bit more flexibility to place it and it will open the door. And this, you can imagine, is difficult if you have an operating volume of just 5 millimeters, and it becomes much better if you have an operating volume of 20 millimeters. So that's important, and this is why the automotive industry is driving this. One question which came to your mind is, so, okay, it's nice if the automotive industry builds in an NFC reader according to release 15 with a bigger operating volume into the car. But what about my phone with what I'm using as a digital key? This is not necessary according to release 15 because I bought it last year already. So will it work? So the answer is, in perfect mode, it will only work if both sides, the NFC reader in the door handle as well as your phone, will be compliant to CR15. But even with an older phone, as long as the NFC reader in the door handle is already compliant to release 15, you have at least a better chance, even if it's not guaranteed because it's not certified, but you have a bigger chance that you have a chance to place your phone with a little bit more flexibility and it will still work even if it's outside of this 5 millimeter range. And also you might wonder a little bit yourself, so your own user experience with using your smartphone with NFC, is it really that it only works in a range of 5 millimeters? Because the main use case most people, including myself, are using our phone with in relationship to NFC is payment. So you place your phone close to a payment terminal to pay at a supermarket or somewhere else. And from an own experience, you will think that, okay, I do place it more often, more far away than just 5 millimeters, and it still does work. And you're right. So for payment, that is slightly different. The technology which is behind payment, contactless payment, is using NFC Forum, but it's an extension or evolution of NFC Forum technology. And the industry body standardizing this technology based on NFC Forum is EMVCo. And EMVCo already a couple of years ago has identified that for the best user experience, it is important that you can place your phone with a little bit more flexibility, more far away from the payment terminal. And if you look at their documents, they have defined already some time ago a much bigger operating volume of a couple of centimeters for payment terminals. So this is where it's only used. And because of this, it's probably not a surprise that now also the automotive industry is pushing for a bigger operating volume for their use case for the digital key for a car. So is this a totally new understanding and idea that the distance and the way you place your phone in front of a door handle of a car is an important thing for the user experience of a digital key? No, it's not. It's well understood already long before people thought about extending the operating volume to 20 millimeters. And you see this reflected in the industry using already tools to measure the field strength of the NFC reader of a door handle in relationship to this door handle, in relationship to the materials used, the geometry of the door handle and all this, to identify where you can place your phone so that the communication between the phone and the door handle is in good shape and where not. And to derive from this maybe changes in the product, changes in the engineering, in the design, to optimize the user experience and to optimize the way how and where you can place your phone. So these tools are available. They're used by the automotive industry, and they're of course very important in particular because the defined and standardized operating volume is so small, just the 5 millimeters. So it's very important to understand very good if this is at least sufficient more or less already today. It will stay important in the future, but it's already something which the automotive industry is looking at already today. So the digital key for a car for the automotive industry is just one use case in which NFC Forum technology is used in. And you may wonder yourself if this is a very important one for the NFC Forum, if this is a very broadly used one. So let's look at the NFC Forum webpage, which lists all the tested and certified products according to NFC Forum technology. And you see in chronological order listed all the products which have been certified in the last months and 1 to 3 years. And interestingly, you see below the release which was used for the certification, you see the use case and what is it certified for. And you see very often mentioned the CCC digital key reader. So it means very many of the products which have been certified in the last 6, 12, 18 months are intended to be used for the CCC digital key. And if you look at the fraction of the large fraction of products, means this use case in particular at the moment is a very relevant one for NFC technology and for the NFC Forum. So what needs to happen next to make Release 15 technology, NFC Forum technology available to the industry, to the automotive industry? So the specification is done, the certification release, the test specification is also done. At the moment, the industry is working to implement and to upgrade the conformance test products for CR15. Comprion is one of these companies. If you look at our website, we provide NFC Forum certified test solutions for the compliance testing. So far, this is up to release 14, and at the moment, we are working to enhance it to release 15, and that will be available in not too far future. So we are providing these test tools to the vendors of these NFC components, of the door handles, of the NFC readers. That's used for development testing during the engineering process, but also what we call pre-conformance testing. So before you bring your product into the official conformance test lab to do the official conformance testing, you want to do it yourself on your side to see whether everything will run smooth in the lab. So this is where our test tools are used for. And also two of the main test labs, in particular, two of the main test labs for the automotive industry are equipped with our test tools. These are IB Lennart and DEKRA. And there's a pretty nice relationship of using the test tools on the vendor side to do the pre-conformance testing, and then using the same tools in the lab for doing the official conformance testing, because if the tool is always the same used on both sides, you can expect that you have a quite good likelihood that the conformance testing will run in a smooth way. So that's all about Release 15 of NFC Forum technology. If you're interested in this, if you want to learn more, please have a look at our website for the conformance test tools, for example, or just contact us for whatever discussion you would like to have. Thank you and goodbye for today.